Hey guys, it's Monica Reynolds, the infamous Monica Reynolds
The great Brindley Tucker. The great
and
Brindley.
Brindley Tucker. Yes. So Monica, I'm sorry, but guys, we have to tell you about Chewy. It's time that our listeners and our viewers um, hear about Chewy. So Monica, can you tell them about Chewy, please?
Well, if you're watching this, you can see I'm holding up a Campbell's bean with bacon soup, and it's Chewy is a dog, Chuy, a rescue that I have. And he was confiscated by the sheriff's department. I think he probably came from Guatemala. Who knows where he came from, but he was confiscated. So I'm doing my part, right? So we got this can here. He likes to go in my pantry, and if you can see, he completely opened it. And then we got this other one here the other day. He was hungry, so he went back in there. I have no idea what he ate out of it, but he crunched it down. This is
So he was smart and took the label off.
ate the label. Label's gone. Swallowed that. So he's a junkyard dog. So who knows? This is his diet. So why buy him chew toys? I'm just going to give him cans.
So my funniest Chewy story is Monica and I started working together, and she's like, I just got this dog. I brought him home this weekend. And she's like, the dog doesn't listen. I tell it to sit. I tell it to stay. I tell it to come. It doesn't listen to me. And so I'm on the phone with my son, and I'm telling him.
I knew he could hear because he'd move his head back.
Yeah, he would move his head because he could hear. And she's like, so I'm on the phone with my son, and he's like, have Annie, who's Monica's daughter, speak to the dog in Spanish. And sure enough, right, Monica, you started talking, or Annie started talking to the dog in Spanish. Monica got a dog that only speaks Spanish.
Try to work with that dog, especially a rescue.
So I said, Monica, what are you gonna do? And she goes, well, I guess I'm gonna learn Spanish and Chewy's gonna learn English.
No, Chewy learned English. He's bilingual. He's got food, water, walk down, potty. He's got all the good stuff down. Bed, he's got.
Chewy's got the best life ever. So I just wanted to share Chewy with you guys because I just think it's hilarious that Monica Reynolds has a dog that only speaks Spanish.
I didn't name him Chewy because he's Chewy. Chuy is a slang Mexican name, and and I thought it was cute. There's a Chewy's restaurant in Austin, and
yeah,
he'd live up to his name. No.
Right? And he speaks Spanish. So I think that's just incredible. And by the way, for those of you that don't know, Monica has one of the biggest hearts of anyone I've met. And she's had many, many rescues over the years. And she rescues a lot of animals.
Let's tell them about my other rescue. So there's two dogs I would never own in the world. Never. Is a Great Dane and a Pit Bull. What did I rescue? They lied to me at the shelter. They said it was a shepherd mix. I said, oh, they're really smart. It's a Great Dane and a Pit Bull. And if you don't think that's where it's got a Pit Bull head and a Great Dane body.
And he's a great dog.
And they go, is that a hyena? And they go, a hyena?
A hyena?
They think I have a hyena. So stupid.
So I just think it's so funny and so sweet. So tonight we're going to do something interesting, aren't we, Monica?
Yes, we're going to lab.
We're going to lab it.
Yes.
So we always hear that there's not enough out there for assistants. There's not enough training and coaching and content out there for assistants and coaches. So we decided we're going to come to you guys and we're going to ask you. So Monica and I have been working on one course about database, and we really want it to be geared towards assistants and how assistants and operations teams can help grow the database. So we're going to ask you guys, comment below. Tell us what you'd like to learn from database. Tell us what you'd like to learn in general. If we were to do some webinars, if we were to do another group program, if we were to come to your market center and teach, what content, what topics, how can we bring value to you, right, Monica?
So Brindley and I are thinking of doing a road show. We're going to do a road show.
Yeah.
We want to find out what you like in that road show if we go on the road.
Yeah. If I can get Monica Reynolds to go on the road with me, sorry guys, I'm trying to make sure I can read your comments. If we can get Monica Reynolds to go on the road, what would that look like for you guys? What would you want to do?
So Brindley, let's just.
Yeah. I can't figure it out, so we're just gonna have to view comments another way. So sorry about that, guys.
Okay. Can I talk?
Yeah, go.
Okay, so what I want to do also on this call is because I don't want you to think it's just about us and what you guys do. I
No.
want you to think about this. I think it's a great idea to think about what a lab is when you ask 4, 5, 10 clients to come to your office or meet at some place and have cocktails, or maybe you don't serve anything or you have a breakfast or something, and ask your clients, lab your clients. What do clients want? What you think in your agent that the clients may want from you guys may be totally off from what they're thinking. So you want to lab your clients. So we're giving you the idea today to lab your clients, and we're labbing you guys right now. Because Brindley and I have been thinking, it's really, I've been fighting this battle until Brindley showed up, and it was great because I thought, oh God, here's the torch, go for it. I've been blazing this trail for over 30 something years, and I've been offices and people said, no, we can't do that. And so what I want you to hear is that the assistants are the secret weapon. And Brindley and I know that is the backbone of the agent being successful. You contribute so much to the agent's life, so much to the client's life. And so how do we support you to create this wonderful life for yourself? So what kind of information are you looking for that we're missing? What would be great that you would love to see on a call? So we're going to do the database data bank call, and we're going to also add other things to it. And that's why we're asking, what do you want? Instead of Brindley and I sitting there thinking about it all weekend long, I said, we're just going to lab it like Gary did.
Yeah, let's go live. I think another point to that too, Monica, is, an operations team is the value, right? The value that we use to recruit agents to our teams, the value that we say, here's why you should join the team and pay to be on our team, is because of the value that our administrators and our operations folks offer. And so I think it's labbing your agents too. How can we provide more value to you that makes you never want to leave our team, right? What's the value that we can give you? And so I think from an assistant standpoint with clients and the agent, and from an operations standpoint, absolutely, Monica, we should be labbing our clients and our agents to always be increasing our value. And I think that a lot of us we forget that we're the reason people join the team.
I think about so many agents that I coach, and the same with you, Brindley, and they're into the mega numbers, which is great. Yeah. They're serving a lot of clients. However, they're not really drilling down into what does the client really want. Mm-hmm. And Gary's coming out with all these great things, a smart plan on command and everything. And yet, have we really asked the client, what do you need from us so that we are your realtor for life?
Absolutely.
Maybe it's something like that, of building a realtor for life and database. I don't know. We're hoping that you guys can help us think through this and come up with some good ideas.
Yeah. So we're getting a few tech, business finances, P&L, how to read a P&L, coaching skills. A lot of these you can also get from the Perfect Operations team. So remember that we've got that, and we'll be rolling another one out after Mega Camp, right, Monica? Isn't that right? Yes. Yeah. Database, how to work my personal sphere.
Yeah, we're going to cover that. And more importantly, I'm going to challenge you to think on this call right now, you great admin and everyone. Think about this. Who are 1,000 people and have that as your minimum goal? Names, address, phone number, and emails of people And so you start on that path. You go to church, you go work out, kids go to a daycare or Montessori or wherever they go, be more purposeful. And you've got a wife, girlfriend, husband, family in town, best friend in town. Start asking them for what kind of lists that they may have and how you could tap into that. Remember, there are agents that have over 100,000 people in their database. They don't know them. They know of them. They know their name, address, phone number, and email, because they've done the work to do that.
Well, and if you've been marketing to the database systematically the way that you're supposed to, they'll know who you are just from the marketing, right? Just from calling quarterly, just from sending emails. This is a good one. How do we get megas to use command or communicate back to the admins their day? I feel like we miss a lot of follow-up because of communication and lack of follow-up. We could probably do a whole series on communication.
Yeah, you know, in Perfect Real Estate Assistant, we do 3 calls, and in Perfect Operations Team, we talk about it on each one of the levels, but not in a really a deep dive into that.
Yeah. So for those of you that are just joining us, we're doing a little labbing tonight on Leverage Live. Monica and I want to bring you new, fresh content. And so we're asking you, what do you want to see? What do you want to learn about? What are your challenges? What do you struggle with? Put them in the comments, or you can private message us if you don't want it to be public. So a couple other ones that I was thinking about was leadership. We don't have a whole lot on leadership.
No, we don't, but we do, we pepper it in, because if you're a director of operations, you are a leader. We go through the books, and we go through about 5 or 6, 7 stages of John Maxwell, but nothing in depth. I mean, John Maxwell has 21 books out on leaderships. That's a tough skill, and you've got to really, it goes with communication and leadership though. If you don't communicate well, you'll never be a great leader, you know? So those two kind of go together, I believe.
Well, and I think it's also interesting, like how much goes into leadership with accountability, with communication, with training, right? Like being able to lead yourself and being able to train people that come into the organization. So many times we just throw someone into an organization and we say, here's the fire hose, drink. And these people have never been in real estate. They don't even know why we do what we do. And then we wonder why we can't retain.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's really evolved from, you know, an assistant being known as a secretary in the old days. I'm sure you don't even know that word, Brindley, but those were the—
I do, and I hate it.
Okay, secretary.
I hate that word. I call it secretary syndrome, when they treat you like the secretary.
You know, when I was in Fargo, there was a secretary school in the early 70s that was still in operation. And I just thought to myself, look at that. They were teaching them shorthand.
Yeah.
What shorthand is?
I do know what shorthand is. Yep. Yep.
Assistant who knew shorthand. In fact, she was Mike Ferry assistant. She knew shorthand. That was pretty cool.
I also remember typewriters, Monica, and then like where you would have the white out on the type. It used to drive me nuts when I was a kid.
Oh my gosh.
Drive me nuts.
The term paper without mistakes.
Okay. So a couple other ones: holding agents accountable and managing their 411s. I think that's one that constantly comes up. That again goes back to standards, accountability, leadership. Leverage for us admin. I feel as though we are a huge leverage piece, yet I know I could need leverage more of my time. And that's what we're finding. We're finding these teams and these businesses are getting to a size where the leverage needs leverage.
Yeah. And it's just really understanding what your day looks like and how much can be fit in that day. And even working efficiently. I think the agents will sometimes, knowing I've done this myself, I'll pile it on until an assistant starts to cry and says, I can't do anymore. What? Oh, okay. Is that too much?
Yeah. Well, it's like the rubber band, right? It's like,
doesn't know. They just keep throwing it on you. Right?
Yeah, it's like a rubber band. Like we stretch it and it will continue to go back to its size until it gets to the point where it breaks and it doesn't go back to original size, right? We have to keep stretching the rubber band to see the capacity. We will never know someone's true capacity if we don't stretch.
Well, I
don't agree with Monica to make them cry.
No, I don't make them cry. I give it to them and then they keep taking. I went, okay, she's not on overload, or he isn't on overload yet. I had a great guy that was my listing manager. He did everything. He did my offers. He did price reductions until he finally just said, done. I go, what do you mean done? He goes, you can't talk to me. You can't give me another thing. And I went, okay, I got it. We'll hire another person, you know. So you don't know what the span is, you know, you just don't know because there's sometimes that I think you have to look at being very, very efficient and shutting your door and having your boundaries and your bunker time. And not, if you had 2 hours uninterrupted, man, can people get stuff done? I know I can. And I know you can too. So
yeah, we give people permission on how to treat us, and we teach people how to treat us, right? And again, it goes back to the value. We're there to offer the value, to be their leverage. And if we're allowing them to constantly interrupt our day and we're not setting those boundaries and using our voice, then we're not maximizing the value we're bringing to the agents.
No, not at all.
And we have to be able to clearly communicate that. And going back to your point is that a lot of operations and administrators are yes people. And that's what makes them great support people, right?
Yeah.
So we have to be able to say, instead of no why, say yes how. Yes, I can do that. Let's talk about it in third quarter.
Right. So
right.
Trying to bring in this full circle, because I know we don't want to keep you guys on too long, but we wanted to have some fun with you. We told you a fun story. And think about a lab though. So think about what we can do. Send it to Brindley so that we know what you want. That's real key. And then think about a lab and writing down some of the questions that if you got 5 or 6 of your best clients to come in and just have a real casual meeting, maybe it's coffee and whatever, cheese and crackers, I don't know, but maybe just have them come in and say, we just really want some great feedback from you. What are you looking for in an agent for life? What are the things that you want from us? What can we do to help you and earn that right? So think about that with you and your agent. I think you should lab. I think you should do a lab.
And so for those of you that are just joining us, what Monica and I wanted to do tonight is we wanted to come to you instead of us trying to spin our wheels. And we love to write content. We love to bring value. We both have a lot of knowledge that we gained through our coaching. And instead of trying to figure out what you wanted, we said, let's go ask them. So if you have any ideas of content that you would like to see that you think is missing, we may do it in the form of webinars. I might be able to get her to travel wherever she is on the screen. On my screen, she's over there. I might be able to get her on the road. So if we were to do a road show together, what would you want to see in that class? And, put it in the comments. You can private message me on Facebook. You can email me at brindley@yrltalent.com, brindley@yrltalent.com. You can always reach Monica at monicareynolds.com. Yeah. So one last thing that came up today, and I said it a little bit earlier, I had 7 calls today on training.
What kind of training?
Training new admin, training new transaction coordinators, training new listing managers. And the theme, when I asked, okay, what is their first day going to look like? Almost every single one of them answered, well, we're going to do their orientation. We're going to get them plugged into systems, and then we're going to give them the checklist. And I'm like, wait a minute, have they ever been in real estate? No. Well, don't you think they're going to want to understand the process and what their part is in the entire process and how important it is? So just remember, guys, just because we're feeling the pain of not having the leverage and because we're pulling our hair out, don't let that affect the way you onboard someone into the organization. You haven't had someone doing it up to this point. You can survive a couple more days. Have them interview the lead listing agent. Have them interview other admin. Have them interview a buyer's agent. Find out, I've got one team that's going to have them shadow an appointment, shadow a staging appointment, so they understand the entire process. Monica, what are your thoughts on that?
Have every single vendor that they'd have communication with come in and teach them about what they do. Okay?
Yeah.
And the other thing is that I go back to John Maxwell, and that is they watch you or somebody do it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They do it and you watch them do it, and then they do it and you check it later. So there's a whole system for that. And there's no reason to try to throw them into the boiling water on day one. There's no reason for that. I always go back to learn the phone first, learn the database first, learn the computer systems and programs that you're using. Don't let them interact with clients for at least a week. They're not ready. They don't know the scripts. They don't know the checklist. None of it makes sense. Give them a checklist. How does that make any sense to them? So,
not to mention, what is it doing for our culture if we're introducing someone into our organization that way, right? A couple more things that came up and then we'll sign off. Growth in the role, how to maintain culture as we grow. We're getting a request to come to Colorado. Awesome. You guys can email me. Maybe we can make it a regional event. how to ensure we are always providing growth for our agents and other admin. I'm hearing a lot of growth in leadership. So we may need to figure that out, Monica. And I think they want us to come on the road.
Okay, can Chewy come?
Chewy can always come. We need an interpreter.
Okay, good.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Monica, you have any parting words tonight?
No, thank you guys for listening today and doing a lab with us, and think how you can now take it to your business. And we'd love to hear from you. We really want to, you've got the perfect real estate assistant. You've got the perfect operations team. We're going to roll out the database thing, but we want to make it a little bit more than just that. So we're looking for you guys to give us what you want, because we want to deliver. We want to have things that are always available, whether you have a new person coming on your team or whether you want a refresher on it. We want things for you.
Yeah, and for our agents that are watching, what do you wish your admin would do when it comes to database?
Oh, I can answer that. Grow it.
Right? And we can maybe build some of that in too. What training would you like to see your admin and your ops folks get around database? Where do you think your gaps are with them helping with database? So love that. Love that. All right, guys. Every Monday night, we're here, 9:30 Eastern.
See you next Monday. Bye-bye.
Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.